Yes, if you notice the runtime, then this video is not very long at all. It is extremely short, but that's because Rental is a very short game. 18 minutes long kind of short game. Rental is a kind of a jokey horror game where you play as a rabbit going to this cabin in the woods, I assume for a vacation, alongside your family, but then you get trapped inside as soon as you step in. The game is very simple to comprehend, and its objectives are also relatively easy to accomplish. I say relatively easy because it can be a bit easy to lose track of what is what and to get lost in the sauce. This game has 3 segments: the house, the labyrinth, and the circle of doom and despair. While you're inside the house, you meet the guy who you rented this cabin from in the first place, although he might just be a figment of your imagination. Your task is to collect a bunch of items to prepare for a ritual later. Unsurprisingly, it's not entirely simple to find these items. As you can notice, this game has a fixed camera angle for every room in the house. Because this camera likes to move a lot at times, there might be moments that occur where the camera blocked the visibility of a key item you needed to acquire. Thankfully, the house is not that big, so it is fine, and I don't mind the fixed camera being all wobbly. The second segment is the labyrinth, where you acquire 3 crosses by exploring this labyrinth. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a very linear labyrinth, which that means it would not be a labyrinth if it was linear. In fact, I don't think it's much of a labyrinth, actually. But the way they designed this entire bit makes it look like a labyrinth. There are black pillars with walls of mirrors attached to them. Considering you can't really see a lot of color, it really does give out the sensation of being lost deep inside what would be a labyrinth where your playable character feels very happy to be a part of. This design decision also makes spotting the 3 crosses extremely easy since they very much stand out against the black floor and pillars of this area. And then the final area might as well be called the void. This is where you will perform the ritual. You put everything into a circle and then a creature shows up. Not much to its design, but considering the context that this is just either a dream the kid character Umi had, or something that she was daydreaming about, which is to say, she has quite an active imagination. Gee, Dad, you interrupted my train of thought that featured what I consider religious demons to look like. And that's about it. Obviously, the game is not long, so the video is not going to be long either. Despite being a short game, and despite being a bit of a silly game at its core, it definitely is a pretty neat experience that's worth having. I mean, for all it's worth, the game is free on Steam, so you can't go wrong and you have nothing to lose. I like the aesthetic the game is going for. It reminds me of old survival horror games where with the fixed camera accompanying us from the distance. I did notice the items we collect are very much based in, religious items. There are religious undertones to suggest that very same thing. And while during the first segment you do get stalked by a figure, it doesn't do anything, but it's fine. This is the same game where a guy disappears out of thin air, so I already know the tone the game is going for. And it does allow the game to have moments where the atmosphere is unsettling. I mean, there isn't much in terms of sounds playing in the background besides our footsteps, so hearing a strange noise suddenly alongside the figure in the background stalking us, and our character stopping dead in her tracks, and the VHS filter changing provides subtle horror elements to what is a game made for an event from what I can see. I enjoyed this game, and I enjoyed 100%ing it. One of the rare times I'm not mad at doing a speedrun achievement. Well, that's about it, I suppose. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day.